Guys, confirm audio and video. All good. Let us start. In the last lecture, we have covered, first we revised the percentage change through ratios, through general method. Then we covered the relation between profit, loss, and discount. Then we also saw the formula x plus y plus xy by 100. How does that work? Then we solved around 9 or 10 questions. So today, more and more focus will be towards problem solving. Today, we will see weighted average method of finding percentage as well. It is very common in CAT. In fact, CAT 2023 afternoon slot had a question of profit loss discount, which could only be solved through weighted average. So here, go on, try this. You have 2 minutes. Start. Wherever there is need of theory, I will add extra screen and you guys can copy down while I cover theory. Extra screens, when we add extra pages, cannot be saved. वो save नहीं होता है. Try. A man sells 2 tables for rupees 2000 each, neither gaining nor losing in the deal. If he sells one table at a gain of 25%, then the other table must be sold at a loss of. Both tables were identical. This information is not needed as such. More answers are expected. All right. We have been told 2000 rupees is the selling price. There are 2 tables. The first one was sold at a gain of 25%. What is 25%? 1 by 4. Gain means profit. So how do you apply 1/4 profit? You multiply 5 by 4 with the cost price. So by rearranging this, I can cancel this. I can say this is 400. I can cross multiply. I can say the cost price of one is 1600. The question has been framed in such a manner that there is no profit loss. So profit on the first table is 400 rupees. That means the loss on the second table must also be 400 because there is neither gain nor loss. So 400 rupees is the loss on the second table. When is the situation of loss? When cost price is more than selling price. So cost price of the second would be selling price plus the loss. So we can say the cost price is 2400 rupees. So what is the loss percentage? The loss percentage would be amount of loss upon the cost price. Cost price is this, which is 1/6 loss, 1/6 loss, which is 16.66%. Answer option A is correct. So you have to work around in this manner that you find out the cost of first. From there, you find out the profit amount. From there, you find out the loss amount. And from there, you find out the loss percentage. Loss is incurred whenever cost price is more than selling price. In this case, how much more? Rupees 400 more. Total cost is equal to total selling price. Total cost is equal to total selling price. Yes. Total selling price is 4,000. So you can think in that manner as well. Total cost is equal to total selling price. Moving on from this. Fairly straightforward calculations. Fairly straightforward calculations. Give it a try. This is one of the older questions where we introduce margin percentage. Take 1 minute. A bookstore owner makes the mistake of calculating profit on selling price and gets an incorrect profit of 20%. What is his actual profit percentage? You can solve this verbally. Take a minute. Give me answer. What is a margin percentage? When profit is calculated on selling price rather than cost price. That is what we call margin percentage. Profit is calculated on selling price, not on the cost price. Margin percentage. In the last lecture, we have seen margin percentage. Margin percentage is equal to profit upon SP into 100. When profit is calculated on the selling price, not the cost price, we call it margin percentage. Here, the bookstore owner is making a mistake while calculating profit percentage. On selling price, he gets 20% profit. What is his actual profit percentage? What is his actual profit percentage? So you are basically telling me profit upon selling price is 1/5. You are telling me selling price is 5 rupees, profit is 1 rupee. So I can deduce from this the cost price must be 4 rupees. So when he tries to correct his mistake, he should calculate profit on cost price. What is profit? 1 rupees. On the cost price, 4. What is 1/4? It is 25%. Yeah. 1/4. Pretty straightforward, basic questions, very elementary questions. Why did we assume 1 and 5? Because 20% itself is 1/5. So 1 rupees is the profit on the selling price of 5. Subtracting both, I can get cost price. Based upon cost price, I have 1/4 profit. Cost is 4, profit is 1. So 1/4 profit. The percentage will be 25. You could have done something like this. CP, SP minus CP upon SP into 100 is equal to 20%, and then take it forward. It's a slightly longer approach. So you cross multiply this. 100 SP minus 100 CP is equal to 20 SP. You transfer this, We have 80 SP is equal to 100 CP. You bring down CP. So SP upon CP becomes 100 by 80, which is 5/4. So selling price is 5, cost price is 4. So profit percentage is 1/4. So you're doing exact same thing. You're doing the exact same thing. But in this, you ended up using the formula approach. In this case, why is there SP here? Because the question says profit was calculated on selling price. Just move aside for you to copy. See, 1/4 is 25%. Moving on. This is the kind of question I was telling you about. Selling your product into partitions, smaller partitions. So I'll give you 2 minutes to try. Comment your answers. A businessman marked the price of his goods 20% above the cost price. He then sells 1/4 of his stock at a discount of 10%, half of the remaining stock at the marked price, and rest at a discount of 20%. Find his gain or loss percentage. Give it a shot. There are multiple ways in which this question could be solved. In ratio proportion, we have discussed what to do with such questions where 1/4 of the goods are taken away, and then from the remaining half of the stock, half of the remaining stock. Any question that deals with remaining or leftover, like somebody took away 1/4 of the money, and from remaining I need 2/3. From remaining I need 1/5. Whenever you're dealing with remaining, there's a smart trick you can apply here. Smart approach you can apply. Ratio proportion variation, we have covered that. We have used that in percentage as well. If you remember, there was a politician who was giving away his property to his wife, daughter, sons, and charity in some proportions. Comment answers. Could be. It could be. Others, confirm your answers. Good. Now see. Focus on two things. There are two things changing. One is price of the product, SP, CP, MP, pricing is changing. Other is quantity is being divided. Let me start with quantity. What is happening to quantity initially is I'm dividing the quantity by 4. I'm dividing it by 4. And then whatever remains, I'm dividing it by half. So you are going to divide the quantity by 4 and 2. It is best you start and assume the total quantity to be 8. Multiply denominators. Whenever dealing with remaining, look at the denominator, work with the denominator here. So what we will have here is, I'm starting with cost price as, let us say 100 rupees. The marked price has become 120. The sentence says the marked price is 20 rupees more than cost price. What is 1/4 of this? What is 1/4 of this? Two quantities, two products, 2 units are being sold. After what? After 10% discount. What is 10% here? What is 10% here? 12 rupees. It has been sold for 108. How many products? Two products. Leave it there. Leave it there. How many quantities remain? How many products remain? 6. Out of that, half. Out of 8 were there, 2 have been sold, 6 are there. So half of that is 3 quantities. 3 units have been sold at the marked price. This is selling price. So in this case, the selling price itself is 120. Now, how many quantities remain? 3 quantities, 3 units remain. They are being sold after a further discount of 20%, a very large discount. So 120 was the marked price. 20% of this is 24 rupees. So when I subtract this, I will have 96, which is equal to selling price. So how much money is being collected total? Please pay attention. 2 have been sold for 108. So 116 rupees have been collected. 3 have been sold for 120. So money collected is 360. And 3 are being sold for 96. So what will be the money collected? 3 into 6, 18. Carried over 1, 27 plus 1, 28. So how much total money is being collected? That is 14, 4 carried over 1, 8, 8, 16 carried over 1. And this is 7. This is 764. That much money has been collected. How much money was being spent? Did we make a calculation mistake? Let's confirm this. a 14 carried over 1, that makes it 8, 8, 16 carried over 1, 1, 2, 3, 6 plus 1, 7. This will be 216. This will be 216. This will be 216. That will be 864. That is total selling price. What is total cost price? Total cost price. See, 100 rupees we assumed, and the cost was equal, and the quantity was 8. So total cost price 800. What is the profit percentage? Profit percentage is 64 upon 800 into 100. 0, 0 cancelled. That's your answer. That is your answer. 216 होना चाहिए. I have corrected that. Yes. 8%. Yes, that is correct. Yes. Now, what you are seeing on the left hand side is the thorough approach. You assumed price, you assumed quantity, you equated price, quantity, calculations. Now, see, I'll use a different colored marker here. I'll try to do this, let us say, with the green one here. What you see now is a different approach. First, you increase the price by 20, then you offer 10% discount. So you are going to earn 8%. Whether you sell one product or two or three, you're going to earn 8%. In second case, you increase 20%, you gave no discounts. You gave no discount. So 20% is the pure earning. In the third type, you increase the price by 20, gave a discount of 20. So you are going to lose 4%. You sell one product, two product, does not matter. On one product, you are earning 8%. On one product, you are earning 20%. On one product, you are earning, or you're losing 4%. So if I imagine the total quantity to be 8, you have to assume quantity to be 8. There were two products sold at 8% profit. There were three products sold at 20% profit. There were three products sold at 4% loss. So overall profit percentage or loss percentage is the weighted average. How many products? Two products with 8%. How many products here? Three products with 20%. How many products here? Three products with 4% loss. Make sure you understand 4% is the loss. Make sure you highlight that negative part. Don't forget that. How many quantities did you sell? You sold 2 plus 3 plus 3. This is called weighted average. So the numerator is 16 plus 60 minus 12 upon. This is 64 upon 8. 64 upon 8 is 8%. Because the final outcome is positive, it is going to be profit percentage. What approach is this? This is M minus D minus MD upon 100 is equal to profit or loss. So I want you guys to focus more on the second approach. Second approach is anytime better. I'll say more streamlined with CAT. You are solving a CAT question. Complete this, comment done. complete this commentary done. This is the weighted average approach. A weighted average. This will take less than half of the, in terms of time, it will take less than half of the effort, half of the time as compared to the assumption approach. All right, moving on. You will get this slide in the PDF form, don't worry. Give it a try. 2 minutes you have. Give it a shot. Answers, comment. So if you notice, the way the question has been framed is, a person sells a watch for 24 rupees. He gets, or the person gets, a profit percentage equal to cost price. Then the cost price is. If you understand, selling price is 24 and you are saying the profit percentage is equal to cost price. As soon as you tell me there is a profit percentage, you are telling me that cost price will be below 24. This option, these are not below 24. One of the options is data is inadequate. So either the answer is C or the answer is D. So all I will do is, if this was the cost price, if the cost price was 20 rupees, I'm assuming I'm testing option C, I'm testing. So profit should be 4 rupees. Profit percentage should be 4 by 20 into 100, which is 20%. So yes, as per my assumption, cost price and profit percentage both are matching. Hence the answer should be C. As soon as the question tells you there is a profit or a profit percentage, you get this conclusion that cost price must be below selling price. Once you reach that conclusion, you can directly check answer options. If you do not want to do this, what you could have done is, the white one is one approach, the one in blue is second approach. 24 minus cost price upon cost price in 200, which is a percentage, which is also CP. Profit percentage is equal to CP. So what you could have done is 24 minus CP in 200 is equal to CP square, which you can further rearrange. CP square plus 100 CP minus 2400 is equal to 0. Now you are expected to solve such a difficult quadratic equation. So do not fool yourself. Don't fall for this. This is something you are not going to be able to solve in the exam because coefficients and constants are very large. Rather, if I look at this representation, let us say options are not there. Options are not there. It's a theta question. It is a theta question. Options have been wiped out. They are not given to you. So can I rewrite this as square root of 24 minus CP into 10 is equal to CP? I'm assuming because the theta question, answer would be a number, a natural number, 10, 15, 6, 8, some natural number will be there. Do you see this number is a multiple of 10? This number CP is a multiple of 10. So you put 10 here and check. If I put 10 here, if I put 10, 14 root over into 10, is that equal to CP 10? No. If I put 20 in this, 4 into 10, is that equal to 20? Yes, it is. So from here you could get cost price as 20. Second approach is to be used when options are not there. This becomes a slightly advanced question. Now you might be thinking, sir, cost price could be in decimals. No, it cannot be. The way you see we get the square root and CP, cost price cannot be decimal, and further it is theta question. If the theta question says itself in the end, round off to the nearest integer, then you can say we can't check options or we can't check values in this manner. It becomes a problem. Yes, this will lead to a quadratic equation with large coefficients. Yes. Is the second approach clear to you guys? The one with a root over on it. How do I decide that I should replace multiples of 10? Because it is root over, and then 10 is equal to CP. So whatever is CP, it will be a multiple of 10. Whatever is cost price, that needs to be multiple of 10. Moving on from this. Give it a shot. Give it a try. Comment your answers. A shopkeeper bought 600 cups at a rate of rupees 40 per cup. He marked up the price of the cups of these cups, or the marked price for these cups is rupees 50. And shopkeeper gives a discount of 12% on the marked price. What will be the percentage profit gained by the shopkeeper? Does it sound to you like cost price has been changed to marked price and a certain discount is being given? The question is, what is the overall profit percentage, or in some cases it could be loss percentage. So if you ask me the standard way of solving, I'll go with one simple formula. When you convert 40 rupees into 50 rupees, what exactly is the markup? How much marking have you done up? How much price have you increased? You have marked up 10 rupees on 40. 10 on 40 is 25% markup. So the profit percentage or the loss percentage would be markup minus discount minus markup into discount upon 100, which would be 25 minus 12 minus 25 into 12 upon 100. This is cancelled 1 times, 4 times, cancelled 3 times. So 25 minus 15. 25 minus 15 should be 10% profit. Answer option C. Answer option C. There is no other change in the quantity. There is no other distribution of quantity all 600 cups, markup was applied. On all 600 cup, discount has been given. So try to understand, those 600 cups do not matter. You perform all these changes on a single cup, or you perform all these changes on 600 cups, it will make absolutely no difference. It will make no difference. If you want me to take that route, I can do that for you. Please observe. Please observe. Let us say I want to solve this question through prices. So total cost price will be 600 into 40, that is 24,000. Total marked price of these cups would be 600 into 50, which is 30,000. So the selling price would be 12% reduction, or rather 88% of the marked price. So you might need a calculator here. I will also need a calculator. That's perfectly fine. So that will be 0, 0 as it is. 3 into 8, 24. 24 plus 2, 264. So how much is the gain from here to here? The gain is rupees 2400 on the cost price of 24,000 into 100. You will see, or you will find it as 10% profit. 12% discount has been given. When you give away 12% discount, you are calculating 88%. So 88% of the marked price is the selling price. Please observe, please confirm your answers. This location seems better. The first one is the most logical approach. The first one is the best approach. Why is that? Because whether it is one product or two product or 500 product does not matter. You are applying change on the whole thing. You're applying change on the whole thing. So we've talked about x plus y plus xy into 100. That is called successive percentage change. In this case, from 40 to 50, you performed a markup. That markup is worth 25% increase. So 25% markup, then you offer 12% discount. So it becomes a formula. Successive markup minus discount minus markup into discount upon 100. Moving on from this. Give it a try. Give it a try. I give it 2 minutes. There is a third approach as well. For the previous question, there is third approach as well, but two are more than enough. Try. Comment your answers. if an article was sold at 5% profit instead of 11% loss, we would have we would have it would have brought rupees 24 more. Find out the cost price of the article. Such questions you can expect in exams like CET, maybe CMAT, nothing beyond that. There's only one concept I'm trying to convey here. Whether it is profit percentage or it is loss percentage, it is on the cost price. Whenever you calculate percentage on the same number, you can add, subtract percentage. See, if I say 10 percentage of some number 250, and let us say 5 percentage of some other number 150, I cannot subtract and say it is 5% of a single number. But if it was 10% of 250 and 5% of again 250, I can say the difference is 5% of 250. Percentages can be added or subtracted when they are on the same base or same number. So earlier there was a 5% profit. The value was 5% above cost. In second case, there is a loss of 11% on the same cost. And between this value and between this value, there is a gap of 24 rupees. So can I say 16% of the cost price is 24 rupees? The simple stuff. So 4% is equal to 6 rupees. To generate 100% of cost price, can I say I need to make it 25 times? So I will have to make this also 25 times. That is 150. 100% means cost price is rupees 150. This was the only thing I was trying to tell you guys, only thing I was trying to show you, that you can add and subtract percentage on the same base. Could you do it by assuming 100? Yes. आप 100 assume करके भी इसे बना सकते थे. We are saying in one case we are getting 5% extra, in one case we are getting 11% less, and both of them have 24 rupees gap. When I sell it for 5% profit instead of 11% loss, I'm making 5% profit rather than 11% loss, so I gain 24 rupees more. So 16% of the cost is 24 rupees, 4% is 6 rupees. How do you make 25%? How do you make 100% from 4? 25 times. Same thing. You're doing the exact same thing. You're doing the exact same thing. जब फॉर्मूला लगा के सीपी के फॉर्म में करो, exact same चीज कर रहे हो. चलो, give it a try. 2 minutes you have. Give it a try. A trader bought 10 kilogram oranges for rupees 150, of which 1 kilogram was found rotten. He wishes to make a profit of 10%. At what rate per kg should he sell the remaining oranges? Again, if you think systematically, you can answer this in one step. How many kilograms are there? 10. What is the price? Rupees 350 for all of them. So if I'm looking for 10% profit, can I say cost price will be increased by 10 percentages to meet selling price? Now, because you purchased 10 kilograms, 1 kilogram were rotten, found out to be rotten, you cannot sell them. How many can you sell? 9 kilograms. And this is what you want. You want to find out the selling price of these 9 kilograms. This is cancelled. This is cancelled. So what you have here is you wanted to collect 385 rupees. You wanted to collect 385 rupees, but now for selling you only have 9 kilograms. So the selling price becomes 385 by 9, cancelled 4 times 36, 2 carried over, 25 by 9, 2 times 18 carried over 7.77. It's a decimal value. So usually if this comes out to be a theta question, they'll say type in the nearest integer, or they might ask you for 2 decimals exact. This is 2 decimals exact. Understand the difference. This is 2 decimals rounded off. 2 decimals rounded off is 42.78. 42.77 is the exact value for 2 decimals. Instructions will be there. Whenever there's a decimal answer or whenever there's a theta question and the answer is not of the standard format, there are always instructions what to type in. 42.77 is the exact answer. Yes. Good. Take your time. Solve. The last option is none of these. NOT, none of these. Start. A shopkeeper sells a lot of 50 articles such that on a part of it, he gets 30% profit. On the rest, he has to settle for 10% loss. But on the whole, he managed a profit of 10%. How many products did he sell at 30% profit? Take 2 minutes, give it a try. Answers? What is being asked? That out of 50, some are being sold at 30% profit. Excuse me. Remaining are being sold at 10% loss, and still there is an overall 10% profit. How many products did he sell at 30% profit? So I can create equations. Let me create equations first. I'm assuming, because the question is how many were sold at 30% profit. I'm assuming them to be X. So X are sold at 30% profit. So how many remaining are there? Remaining are 50 minus X. How are they sold? At a loss of 10%. Loss must be shown with a minus sign. How many total products are there? Total products are 50. This is weighted average. We have talked about this. When you are splitting the component in two parts and selling one at profit, one at loss in whatever fraction, whatever amount, you apply the weighted average approach. And this leads to an overall profit of 10%. So you have to simply solve this equation. Your answer will be there. 30x, this will be negative. 30x minus 500 plus 10x is equal to 10 into 50. 10 into 50 is again 500. So 40x is equal to 1000. X is equal to 100 upon 4, which is 25. 25 of these were sold for 30% profit. That is the answer, yes. Now, is this the only way to solve? Now, in future, I will cover for you a topic called as allegations. See, the left-hand side is the weighted average. Weighted average approach. Allegations. See, what you are doing is, forget 50. Imagine you are combining 30% and you are combining 10% loss. You are combining 30% profit. Profit should be positive. And you are combining 10% loss. Loss should be negative. What are you achieving? Overall, you are achieving 10% profit. Profit should be positive. So look at this diagonal. How much is the gap? How much is the gap between these two? The gap is 20. How much is the gap here? Understand, gap is not 0. One is minus 10, other is plus 10. The gap between them is 20. The ratio is 1 by 1. So these 50 articles will be divided equally. What is equal division? 25 articles here and 25 articles. The second approach is called allegations. We will see all of this in much detail when we reach allegations. What is the idea? How do you combine two percentages to generate third? In what proportion do you mix? That is called allegations. Answer is A, 25. Two methods, one weighted average, one allegations. You could assume two variables also, as you have done, X and Y. That's also fine, perfectly fine. There is something called as a deviations method as well. अभी नहीं समझेगा आपको. Once we cover averages, this could be solved pretty much verbally through deviations approach. Deviations approach. Give it a shot. It's an age-old problem, this one. due to price hike of 20%, 4 kilograms less salt was available for rupees 120. What was the original price of salt? What was the original price of salt? So such questions can be done through ratios, such questions can be done through equations. It's a very simple problem. We are saying that because price has gone up, the quantity will be purchased lesser quantity will be purchased because expenditure is same. You are not changing expenditure, prices have gone up, so obviously you will be able to buy less quantity. So one of the ways is, let us say the price is X and the quantity is Y. Now the price has become 6 upon 5x. 20% is 1 by 5. You want more 1 by 5, it becomes 6 by 5. And the quantity has become 4 kgs less. They are both equal. Price into quantity, price into quantity. When you rearrange this, cross multiply 5y, 6y, 24, transfer this, y is equal to 24. There used to be 24 kilograms. The question is, what was the original price of salt? So can I say, because the quantity is 24, price into quantity is equal to expenditure. So original price used to be 5 rupees. Your answer is ready, 5 rupees. So what approach is this? Assuming two variables and equating the quantity. Now ratio approach is much better, much elegant here. Price into quantity is equal to expenditure. Expenditure is going to be same. Something that remains same should be 1 by 1. It is not changing. Something that does not change, the ratio should be 1 by 1. Price has become 6 by 5. Price has become 6 by 5. Expenditure did not change, did not buzz. So can I say quantity will become 5 by 6? These are old values. These are new values. New values are always in numerator. So it appears to me earlier 6 kilogram was being bought. Now 5 kilogram is being bought. So I see 1 kilogram less. 1 kilogram less. How much is the less quantity in reality? Less quantity is 4 kilograms. So you directly get from here, there used to be 24 kgs earlier. There are 20 kgs now. What do you want? Original price. These were the original or old quantity. Old quantity is denominator 6, 24. So what was the old rate? 120 rupees upon 24 is 5 rupees. 5 rupees per kg was the old rate. Is the approach on the right side clear to you? A verbal approach. Something becomes 6 by 5. The adjacent has to become 5 by 6 to match that ratio 1 by 1. This is aligned when the overall expenditure did not change. Even if it changes by some percentage, overall expenditure increases by 5%, overall expenditure changes by 10%, this will still work. Second method does not rely on any assumptions. Sometimes people do solve such questions by assuming चलो 10 रुपए में मान लेते हैं. Then you have to again scale the answer at the end. वो time waste है. Don't do that. इसको एज अ टेम्पलेट सीखो. ऐसा क्वेश्चन आएगा, ऐसा ही बनाना है. Give it a try. Give it a try. In the last class sheet, first question, there were 6 parts: A, B, C, D, E, F. First question, when I was trying to teach you ratios method of finding profit loss. This question is based upon that. Give it a try. Go ahead. Now, in this question, if you focus a little bit on how information is arranged for you, 100 kilograms of rice was purchased for 1100 rupees. That means cost price is 11 rupees per kg. It was sold in such a way that loss incurred on selling the whole lot is equal to amount which would be obtained by selling 20 kilograms of rice. What is selling price per kilogram of rice? Because you are going to make a loss on the entire deal, can the selling price be more than 11 rupees? Think over this. 100 kilograms of rice was purchased for rupees 1100. So price of 1 kilogram is equal to 11 rupees. Now in whichever way you sell and you're looking for a loss, the selling price must be below 11. Now any of these answer options, do they seem below 11? No. Let us say I wanted to solve this. It was a theta question and I have to solve this. The question has been framed in this manner. There's a loss. So we say cost price minus selling price. This is the loss when you buy and sell 1 kilogram. When you buy and sell 1 kilogram, this is the amount of loss. How many kilograms have been bought and sold? 100. 100 kilograms have been bought and sold. This leads to how much loss? It leads to loss which is equal to selling price of 20 kg. The whole lot is sold in such a manner, the loss is equal to amount which could be obtained by selling 20 kilograms of rice. So 20 SP. So you will probably try to cancel this 20. Don't do that. Why do you want to do that? I will say 100 CP minus 100 SP is equal to 20 SP. 100 CP is equal to 120 SP. So 100 CP is the cost of the complete lot. That makes it 1100 is equal to 120 SP. So cancelled. 110 upon 12 should be our answer. So 12 into 9 is 108. Remaining is 2 by 12. 2 by 12 is 1 by 6. So 9.166 rupees should be the selling price per kg. 9.166. If you notice the way information has been presented, you would have got the answer pretty much verbally. Because there's a loss, selling price must be below the cost price. There's only one answer option, none of these. If the question is asking for the exact number or the question is theta, 9.166 rupees is the selling price of a single kilogram. This we already covered. The way of solving you are seeing, the way of solving you're looking at, we have already covered in the question 1, 6 parts. Give it a try. These are the kind of questions that were there in CAT 2017, 18, 19. The one that you're seeing on the screen right now is a CAT-like question from years 17, 18, 19 or earlier. Complete this. Arun purchased 30 kilograms of wheat at a rate of 11.5 rupees per kg, 20 kilograms of wheat at the rate of 14.25 per kg. He mixes the two and sold the mixture. He mixed the two and sold the mixture. Approximately what price per kg should he sell in order to earn 30% profit? Answers? Observe. First thing is, Arun is purchasing two different varieties at two different price points, and Arun is mixing them. This method, or rather this kind of thing, is done through weighted average. Again, you're finding the average price. You're saying 30 kilograms were purchased for rupees 11.50. 20 kilograms were purchased for 14.25. Total kilograms have become 50. So now what you have on the screen is the average price. This is the average price of the complete lot. We want there to be 30% profit. This is the cost price. Cost price when multiplied by the profit factor. What is profit factor? 30 extra on 100. So 130 upon 100. So now what you have is the selling price. So I can easily cancel these zeros. I can cancel these zeros also. They are common here. Cancel. So now you can use a calculator if you need. So I'll multiply this. This is 33 and this is 1.5. So 34 and a half. This is 28 and this is half. So 28 and a half upon 5 into 13 by 10 is your answer. 28, 32, the 28 and 34, 62 plus half, 63. So your answer is 63 upon 5 into 13 upon 10. Use a calculator. You will definitely need a calculator here. Give me an answer. 63 into 13 upon 5 and 10. Yes, calculator will be available to you in CAT. Yes. In somewhere nearby, answer should be somewhere nearby. 63 into 13 divided by basically 50. So we have 16.38. 16.38. So I would have preferred if there was an answer option 16.4. I would have liked that. Nahi hai. So we can go with this. 16.38 is the exact answer. I would prefer there was option of 16.40. अगर round off करना भी तो nearest will be 16.40. That will be the answer. Go on, try. A trader mixes three varieties of groundnuts costing rupees 50, 20, 30 per kilogram in the ratio 2 ratio 3 ratio 2 ratio 4 ratio 3 in terms of weight, and sells the mixture at rupees 33. What percentage of profit does he make? Same question. In previous example, there were two varieties. In this one, there are three varieties. So you're going to apply exact same approach. Try. Could be. Good. So we are saying price is 50 rupees, price is 20 rupees, and price is 30 rupees. What are the quantity ratios? 2 units, 4 units, and 3 units. How much total quantity do we get? 2 plus 4 plus 3. 2, 4, 3, 9 units. This is the cost price. 100, 80, 180, 180 and 90. So 270 upon 9, 30 rupees is the cost price. So now you can answer this verbally. 30 rupees is the cost price. 33 rupees is the selling price. What is the gain? The gain is 3 rupees out of 30 into 100, which is 10 percentage gain or 10 percentage profit. That is our answer, option C. Very straightforward, fairly straightforward. Moving on. Give it a try. Some kind of information is given to you as a small caselet. Give it a try. I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes. Do not borrow the information of 22nd question into 23rd. They are individual questions. Give it a try. It's raining quite heavily in my area, so we might see network fluctuation. Comment answers. What is being said is a watch dealer incurs an expense of rupees 150 for producing every watch. He also incurs an additional expenditure of rupees 30,000, which is independent of number of watches produced. Whether he manufactures or produces one watch or two or three makes no difference. There will always be an expenditure of rupees 30,000 fixed. It has to be there, which is independent. We have read this. If he is able to sell a watch during the season, he sells it for rupees 250. If he fails to do so, he has to sell the watch for rupees 100. If he is able to sell only 1200 out of 1500 watches that he made in the season, then he makes a profit of. Now the question is about profit. I would like to solve this question without going into too many calculations. The manufacturing cost was 150. When we sell it in the season, the selling price is rupees 250. So for every time a watch is sold in the season, 100 rupees are earned if it is sold in the season. The manufacturing cost is rupees 150 and you lose 100 rupees when you sell it outside the season. So what you're doing is you're losing 50 rupees for every watch. Total 1500 watches were made. In season, we sold 1200. So 1200 are sold in season, 300 are sold outside the season, and whatever manufacturing you do, you have to have a cost of rupees 30,000. Now, can I say here, I do not have to worry about the total cost? Why? See, you already have subtracted this 150 here and 150 here. So cost you already have taken care of. Don't worry. So this is your final answer. So in this case, if you can see something common, take it common and solve further. See, there are three zeros here, there are three zeros here, there are three zeros here. So I've taken 3000 common. When I take two zeros and three zeros common, 3 becomes common, this becomes 40. 3000 is common, this becomes 5, this becomes 5. 3000 is common, this becomes 10. 40 minus 15 is 25. 25 into 3000 is 75,000 profit. Are you able to understand why does rupees 150 not matter in the final calculation? Why am I not multiplying 150 with total watches? I've already performed SP minus CP. If SP minus CP is positive, it is a profit, 100 rupees ka profit when you sell in the season, and 50 rupees ka loss when you sell it outside season. What is 30,000? Utna आपका additional cost है, it is fixed. Try this. The first part is same. Up to this point, the caselet information is same. You don't have to read this. If he produces 1500 watches, what is the number of watches he must sell during season in order to break even, given that he is able to sell all watches produced? So out of 1500, how many should he sell in season? He wants no profit, no loss. He does not want any profit or loss. So give it a try. Take a minute or so. Give it a shot. See, profit on a single watch is 100 rupees when sold in season. Loss on a single watch is rupees 50 when sold outside the season. And there's a price of 30,000 involved whenever you sell it. 30,000 is fixed cost. Use these hints. You want to work with options, you can do that as well. See, the question is, how many were sold in the season? If I assume that to be variable X, we are saying 100 rupees profit for X number of watches. 50 rupees loss for how many watches? 1500 minus X watches. Total watches are 1500. X watches are sold for profit of 100 rupees. 1500 minus X are sold for loss of 50. Now there is already a cost of 30,000. So see, on the right side, I'm equating loss and the cost. On the left side, I'm equating the profit. So profit is equal to loss. There is no profit, no loss, and you solve it. Your answer will be ready in 2 steps. This 50 goes inside, becomes minus 50x. Bring it on the left side, it becomes 150x. On the right side, what do I have? See, 0 and 2 zeros, 3 zeros. 5 into 15, 75. So 75,000 plus 30,000. So now here what do we have? We have 150x, this is leading to this, is equal to 105,000. So this 0 is gone, this 0 is gone, and this will cancel it 7 times. So 700 should be the answer. 700 watches are sold for 700 watches are sold for profit in the season, and 800 watches are sold for loss in the non-season. Excuse me. नहीं, आपका आंसर गलत है. Please check. You probably did not account for that 30,000 cost. Please check your calculations. Please check. क्योंकि cost will be on the side of loss. Cost is towards the loss. Verify calculations. Check calculations. Okay. Try this. You are trying to solve it by equating the total cost in the previous example. तो आपको loss भी include करना पड़ेगा ना इसमें. You'll have to include loss as well. Because when you sell a watch for ₹100, तो उसका loss भी तो आएगा ना. You want to solve through those numbers. So देखो, 15 into 15, 225,000, 225,000 plus 30,000, 255,000. This is all the expenses combined. Price of a single watch, 250. I am assuming X watches. So I am saying now 100 rupees price, number of watches 1500 minus X. If you solve in this manner, you will have the same answer. देखो, this 100 becomes minus 100x, यहाँ पर आ जाएगा. So that is 150x. This will go inside. It is already 1500. एक जीरो लग जाएगा. That is 15,000. एक और जीरो लग जाएगा. 1,50,000. इधर से minus कर दो. So what you have here is on the left side you have 150x is equal to, इसमें से 1,50,000 minus कर दो. 1,05,000. So you have the exact same answer. 0, 0 cancelled. This will cancel 700 times. Answer will not change whether I work with the exact profit loss or I work with the total expenditure, total cost. The answer should not change. Why will the answer change? Try this. Take 2 minutes, give it a shot. A trader used 5% profit on an item by selling it at a usual marked price. Used to make 5% profit. One day he tripled the marked price of the item and finally offered 30% discount. Find the percentage profit he made on the item that day. You notice all these values are in percentages and they are multiples of 5, multiples of 10. So in such questions, we suggest you आप 100 rupees assume करके बना लो. When you assume 100 rupees in such cases, answer जल्दी आ जाते हैं. What are the key requirements? Everything should be a percentage and they must be multiples of 5, multiples of 10. So if you assume 100 rupees to be the cost, आपका 4 step में answer आ ही जाएगा. Solve. 5% was the profit when the trader used to sell it at the usual marked price. So selling price is the marked price. So I can say cost price is equal to 100. Selling price and marked price both were same, which were 105. The usual profit is 5%. On one day he felt adventurous. He made the price triple. He made the price triple. 315. That is the marked price. Now he goes on to offer a 30% discount. When you offer a 30% discount, what you're basically doing is saying is selling price is 70% of 315. So 0 cancelled. One more decimal here. 7 into 5, 35 carried over 3. 7 plus 3, 10 carried over 1. 21 plus 10. 21 plus 1, 22. So this is the final selling price. Cost price we did not touch. We did not change the cost price. These are the new marked price and new selling price. The new selling price is rupees 220.5. So how much extra? See, anything on 100 is a percentage. You have 5 rupees on 100, it is a percentage. You have 10 rupees on 100, it is a percentage. How much extra do we have? We have 120.5 extra. That is the profit percentage. That is the profit percentage. Simple assumption of 100 rupees will get the job done. Clear? Eh? This is clear. Straightforward calculations. Very straightforward. 100 rupees assume kar lo. Now, if these were little difficult numbers, let us say usually or a normal day he used to make 16.66% profit. He made the price 2.5 times of the original, and now he is offering 22.22% discount. Now you cannot work with 100. अब ratio method लगेगा. Assumption also will change. Take your time, give it a try. Take a minute or so. Profit percentage earned by selling article for rupees 1920 is equal to percentage loss incurred while selling the same article for rupees 1280. At what price in rupees should the article be sold to make a profit of 25%? Profit percentage and loss percentage are equal. Can I say one thing? If I have to calculate profit percentage and loss percentage, it will be on the same cost. So if profit and loss percentage are equal, can I say profit in rupees and loss in rupees will also be same? Why? What do? We say profit upon cost into 100 is profit percentage. And what do we say? Loss upon cost into 100 is loss percentage. If profit and loss percentage are equal, indirectly you are telling me profit and loss also are equal in rupees. So you are telling me when it was sold for 1920, if I assume the cost price to be CP, this is the profit. When it was sold for 1280, so cost price minus selling price, that is the amount of loss. profit and loss both are equal. If they are both equal, I can transfer it on this side, transfer it on this side. So 1920 plus 1280 is equal to 2CP. So you could have directly said cost price is the average of both. You can add both and divide by 2. You can divide by 2 and add. Makes no difference. If I divide this by 2, this is 960 and this is 640, which is rupees 1600. Just verify my calculations. Another question is, at what price in rupees should the article be sold in order to make 25% profit? So we are saying selling price is 25% more than the cost. 25% more is 5 by 4 into 1600. Now cancel this out, cancel this out. It should be 2000 rupees. Selling price should be 2000 rupees if you want to make a profit of 25%. Tomorrow we will build upon concepts of chain rule, faulty weights, and slightly higher level question on profit loss discount. For today we are done. Good night, guys.